Hello and welcome to Everyday English and Beyond. I'm Zara, and today we're going to talk about something that could completely transform the way you learn English. If you've been studying English for months or even years and still feel stuck, frustrated, or like you're making no real progress, this episode is for you. Have you ever spent hours memorizing vocabulary lists, studying grammar rules, or translating sentences in your head, only to find that when it's time to speak, you freeze up? Or maybe you feel like you're learning a lot, but your ability to actually use English in real conversations isn't improving. The truth is, many people waste a huge amount of time learning English in ways that simply don't work. But don't worry. Today, I'll help you avoid these common mistakes and show you the most effective strategies to actually make progress in your English learning journey. So grab a notebook, relax, and let's dive in. Why most traditional methods are failing you. Before we talk about what you should do, let's address what you should stop doing right now. If you're learning English in any of these ways, you might be wasting your time. 1. Memorizing random vocabulary lists without context. Many learners try to learn English by memorizing long lists of words. But here's the problem. Memorizing words in isolation doesn't help you use them in real conversations. You might remember the word, but not how to use it correctly. You don't learn collocations, words that naturally go together. You forget the words quickly because they're not connected to real situations. A better way. Learn words in context by reading stories, watching videos, and listening to native speakers. 2. Studying too much grammar. Instead of practicing conversation. Grammar is important, but many learners focus too much on studying grammar rules instead of actually speaking. Problem. You may know grammar rules, but when it's time to speak, you hesitate. Solution. Focus on communicative practice rather than perfection. Instead of spending hours doing grammar exercises, try learning grammar naturally by listening and practicing real conversations. 3. Translating everything in your head before speaking. If you're constantly translating from your native language to English before you speak, this is a huge problem. It slows you down and makes your speech sound unnatural. Why it happens? You're relying on old habits instead of training your brain to think in English. How to fix it? Start practicing thinking in English by describing things around you in English, even when you're alone. 4. Relying only on passive learning, watching and reading without speaking. Many learners watch movies, read books, and listen to English podcasts, which is great. But if you're not actively speaking, you're not training yourself to communicate. Passive learning helps build vocabulary and comprehension. Active learning, speaking, and writing helps you actually use the language. A better way. After watching a video, summarize it out loud. After reading a book, discuss it with someone or write about it. The best ways to learn English efficiently. Now that we've covered what not to do, let's talk about the most effective ways to learn English. 1. Learn with real-life conversations. One of the best ways to improve your English is to practice real, meaningful conversations instead of studying alone. How? Join a language exchange. Talk to native speakers online. Take part in discussion groups. 2. Use the shadowing technique. Shadowing is one of the most powerful techniques for improving pronunciation and fluency. How to do it? 1. Choose a video or podcast with clear speech. 2. Listen to a sentence and repeat it immediately, copying the pronunciation and rhythm. 3. Do this daily to improve fluency and confidence. 3. Train your listening and pronunciation. Together, many learners struggle with pronunciation because they don't train their ears. If you can't hear a sound clearly, you can't pronounce it correctly. A better way. Listen carefully to native speakers. Use pronunciation apps to compare your speech to native pronunciation. Practice speaking. Every day, even alone. You don't need a partner to practice speaking. Speaking to yourself is one of the best ways to build fluency. Try these methods. Describe your daily routine out loud. Talk about your thoughts in English. Record yourself and listen for mistakes. The ultimate daily English learning routine. To truly improve, you need consistent practice. Here's a powerful daily routine you can follow. 1. Morning, 15 minutes of listening and repeating sentences. Second afternoon, 30 minutes of active speaking practice. Third evening, 20 minutes of writing and grammar review. Fourth night, watch an English movie with no subtitles. If you follow this every day, your English will improve much faster than traditional methods. Learning English doesn't have to be frustrating. Stop wasting time on ineffective methods and start using real, practical strategies. Which mistake do you think has been slowing you down the most? Let me know in the comments. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more practical English learning tips.